Truth be told, it's really up to every student, how far they could take whatever LFS is going to teach them. But me personally, from for someone who never had any kind of actual production experience, like I was never a cinematographer. I never did camera operating before, editing stuff, or never really on a professional level. I felt like LFS provided us with enough opportunity for us to see it in terms of how people in the industry would be doing it. It helped that most of our instructors had experience in the industry, and the equipment and the environment that was created for us as students were maintained in such a way that we act as if we are a professional unit, however few we were, and even though we're only students. We always try to, go through, it's like a soldier going through the drills, even though you feel like you know them already. But the thing is, they're trying to impose that on you because, this is the kind of discipline that you need if you ever go out into the industry and become a practitioner. So I think that's one of the things that I really valued as a student. During the time that I decided to take up a master's program, I was actually a practicing screenwriter back home. I didn't want to be away for too long. So 2 years was I felt like, okay, I could do 2 years, but any more than that, and, it wouldn't, I felt like it would be going away for too long. But of course, 2 years would actually pan out to be like 2.5 years or so because of the graduation film. Nevertheless, I felt like despite being a 2-year program, it was really intensive insofar as you go through so many things in such a quick period of time, and yet you don't realize that coming out of it, you've kind of that's just the right amount of time for you to learn what you need to learn. Your role in the whole filmmaking process, but just the fact that there are many components to filmmaking, it's highlighted when you have to deal with people from different backgrounds. So the fact that it's me getting to know people who come from a conservative culture or a culture that's more liberated than where I come from, or from a society where film is more advanced than how it is back home, then you kind of quickly open up your understanding, and so therefore you become more adaptable and in realizing and appreciating the different roles that people have to play in a filmmaking process. In my term, I was the only one from the Far East. And most of them were from the United States or from the UK and from Europe, and immediately you have to kind of I come from a culture where we're a little bit less vocal, or we're a bit more conservative about our thoughts, our ideas, and you learn early on that you kind of have to step up the game, not necessarily on a competition mode, but rather more to be part of the process. Otherwise you get left out and you learn nothing. It's kind of like a system of meritocracy as well, wherein people, when they see that you're doing good work, they learn to acknowledge that and they learn to appreciate that, and before you know it, you're kind of honing the skills that you feel are what you have to offer, what you can offer. And so that benefited me a lot, and then eventually you expand from working with people from different cultures in your term, 166 in my case, to learning to work with other people from the other terms, from people who know more than you do, from the terms above you, or those who are just about to learn what you've learned and are looking up to you to kind of share what you've learned so far. So that kind of generosity and mentorship as well happening. Most of the time there'd be people who have a specific idea of what they want to get out of the school, and I think that's when it's most tragic for a student, because then when you come in knowing or feeling like you know what you want and that's all you need to get out of it, then that becomes the demise of your experience, because the truth is there's so much to learn in different areas. It hasn't even been 6 months since I completed my coursework for the MA in Filmmaking program, and I was already getting opportunities back home that catapult me into what I'm doing now. And it really is all thanks to the experience that I got at LFS. I was only able to DP once, but just being around that environment, and I had that understanding of what photography is in film, and how it contributes, and all in all, that's what helped me get the opportunities that I have right now. So for me to be able to achieve my goal of being able to direct sooner than I wanted, it's all because of the training that I got at LFS. And I think for people who think of or who consider LFS as an option, it's really something that that could benefit you for as long as you allow yourself to open to what it's ready to offer you.